tonight we will have our public hearing. But before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please stand and join me in a word of prayer. Come, God, our Father, once again that we're bowed in our presence, thanking Thee for all the good and perfect gifts Thou bestowed upon us. Our Father, we thank You for self-travel. Our Father, we thank You for allowing us to come together to try to do the business of the county. Our Father, we ask that You bless each and every one on the sound of my voice, not only on the ones on the sound of my voice, but everybody in this entire world. And our Father, we will be so careful to give You all the praise, glory, and honor. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
As we get started, I'd like for the board members to introduce themselves and the area that they represent, starting on my left.
Good evening. Bruce Gandy, District 5.
Hello, Cynthia Fortson, District 3.
Jeff Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1. Lee Mitchell, District 2.
And William Smith, District 4.
Melissa Payne, zoning clerk, and Tracy Patrick, zoning administrator.
All right, we thank each and every one for their being here tonight and their hard work. The first thing that I'm required to do is to read to you a statement. As the first order of business, I'm required to read a few statements regarding the zoning process. If you have any questions, I will address them once I finish. Zoning directly affects private property rights, which includes the right and the right of the property owner to enjoyment of the use of their property and the right of adjacent owners and the general public not to be unreasonably harmed by specific land use. Tonight is the first of two public hearings. A second public hearing will be held before you by the Board of Commissioners on, I believe, September the 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at this location. Attendance is not required, but your attendance is recommended. Order of business. As to the order of business tonight, I will introduce the applicant, and then the zoning administrator will give her comments. Then the applicant will come forward, state their name and address, and state their reason for their request. You may provide information or documentation supporting the application. Next, the Planning and Zoning Commission will have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions. Next, I will open the floor for public comment. Ample time will be given to those that may want to speak or for those in opposition of the rezone request. All comments will be addressed to the commission and not to others in attendance. No personal attacks will be allowed. Next, the applicant will be allowed ample time to rebut any concerns expressed by other speakers. At this junction, no other comments will be allowed except by the board members. Then I will open a special session of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Then I will ask for a motion to approve, deny, or approve with conditions. The recommendation will be presented Monday night, September the 8th, to the Board of Commissioners. Now, does any members of the Planning and Zoning Board need to recuse themselves for any request tonight? Hearing none, we'll move forward. We will begin with now with request number 1. And I'll ask Ms. Patrick to make her comments, and Ms. Chastain for her parents, James and Betty Fowler, will come forward.
She is requesting to rezone their 5 acres from A1 to AR to allow an accessory dwelling unit on the property for a family member. The property is located at 1212 Parhamtown Road in Bowman on map 90, parcel 6B in District 4.
All right, Ms. Payne, would you like to come forward?
I'm Sonia Chastain at 244 Norman Dove Road, Royston 30662. The purpose for the rezone, of course, is my mother is terminally ill. So that, well, it is for me to take care of her, and I'm an only child. And then my dad is not in great health either. So that's the whole purpose for the rezone.
All right. Does any member of the board have any questions for Ms. Chastain? Hearing none, thank you, ma'am. All right, at this point, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that would like to come forward and speak for this particular rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing, and I'll bring it back to the board for any discussion, and I will entertain a motion to approve or disapprove.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
We have a motion and a second to approve this rezone request as presented. Any further comments? Mr. Gandy?
Yes, sir. I agree with the motion. I just wanted a little clarification on something, if you don't mind. They're asking that for the ADU allowance, and we're talking about is to allow for the ADU. So this essentially is some sort of a permission to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The ADU is for the daughter to live there.
Right. So we're essentially it should be less questions then.
Right.
Understood. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any further comments or questions? All right. We have a motion and a second. We'll start with Mr. Gandy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Chastain, this has been approved. We will present this to the Board of Commissioners and recommend approval. Again, in my opening statement, you don't have to be here, but we recommend that you do.
Thank you.
All right, number 2. Ms. Patrick.
Linda McClellan and Stephen Harris are requesting to rezone their 11.94 acres from A2 to AR to allow the property to be split into a 5.8 acre tract and a 6.14 acre tract for home site. Property is located at 0 Lynn Edwards Road in Colbert on map 46, parcel 114 in District 5.
All right, either one of the applicants here,
I am.
please come forward.
Yes, I'm Linda McClellan. Stephen Harris and I purchased this property together, and we wish to have it rezoned in order for us to split the property so that both of us can build a house of equal size on this property.
Right. Any questions or comments from the board?
What makes you want to live in Madison County?
I'm from Madison County. But McClellan Road was named after my grandfather.
Any other questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak for this rezone request? In favor of it? Hearing none, is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for discussion, and then I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
So a motion to approve, and Cynthia?
Second.
Have a second with Kenan. Any further discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second to approve this rezone request. We'll start with Cynthia.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Ms. McCollum? This has been approved. I will recommend to the Board of Commissioners from this board, for approval. Again, the commissioners will meet on September 8th.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 3.
John Sims III, applicant for his father, John Sims II, is requesting to rezone his 5.62 acres from A2 to AR to allow an accessory dwelling unit on the property for his mother. Property is located at 257 Cliff Griffith Road in Danielsville on map 56, parcel 132 in District 2.
All right, Mr. Sims?
My name's John Sims III. I'm located at 315 Double Branch Road. The reason for this rezone request is my grandmother, who resides already on the property next door here. Her house is in deteriorating shape, and I'm hoping for this rezone request to put an additional dwelling unit behind my father. And the future plan is for me to build on her land once everything's transferred over in proper ownership. So just trying to keep the family close and put her in a little bit smaller square footage residence for her to maintain a little bit better. Right now the house is a little bit too big for just one person now. So.
All right, I have any questions for Mr. Sims?
So the existing home right there on the property is
My father's.
your father?
Yeah.
And then when time comes, you're gonna move in the ADU or your grandmother?
We're hoping to move my grandmother to the ADU on the 5.62 acres. And then I will take ownership in the future of the parcel beside it, and that will be replaced for my home site.
Okay, so she doesn't know this.
Both parcels have been owned in our family since the mid-80s. When I got old enough, I moved out on my own, and now parents and stuff like that are getting a little bit older and everything, it's better to just be right next door to them.
All right.
You're a good man.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Comments? Thank you, Mr. Sims.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone here who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone here who wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for further discussion, and I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve this as presented.
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Any comments or questions? All right, Brett?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Sims, this has been approved, and I will present it to the Board of Commissioners on September 8th.
Thanks, sir.
Number 4.
Okay. Terry Haynes, applicant for the Florence Haynes Estate, is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of the 59.06 acre property from A1 to AR to be split and sold to a family member to settle an estate, and the remaining 55.06 acres will stay in the A1 zone as a whole tract. Property is located at 7431 Nowhere Road in Hull on map 16, parcel 109 in District 1.
Haynes?
Yes, my name's Terry Haynes. I live at 7435 Nowhere Road, Hull, Georgia. I'm requesting to rezone it, so I can sell it to a family member. My mother passed, and before my sister that lived with her, before we got a chance to change it, she passed too. So now I'm gonna sell it to a family member, and I gotta split the proceeds with my other siblings. Thank you.
All right, sir. Any board member have any questions? Mr. Hayes?
Just a clarification, the driveway will serve this lot as well as the next door lot?
Yes.
So it'll be a shared driveway?
Yes. That's the way it was to start with, too.
So one other question, the little portion, the like 60 feet wide portion halfway down the, is that about 60 feet, is that?
I don't know exactly. It could be, my property, my 7.95 acres, that's the property line right there in the corner. And all that down there on the past side is down pasture.
When we deal, this might be a question for Mr. Pruitt, when we deal with lot width being 150 feet, and I know that's generally at the setback line,
That's right.
this is not an issue.
Well, I was just looking, it looks like so there's 130, is that 5?
You're talking about at the road,
At the road, yeah.
175.15.
Okay. So what would be the issue that?
So that little 60-foot section halfway down the length of the property,
Oh,
as far
right.
as width is concerned, that's not an issue.
That's not regulated by our ordinance.
All right, any further questions for Mr. Hayes? Thank you, sir. All right, at this juncture, we will open the public hearing, and anyone wants to speak for approval of this rezone request, in favor of this rezone request. Hearing none, is anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for any further discussion and I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve it.
I have a motion by Ken to approve.
Second.
Motion by Cynthia, a second by Cynthia. Any further questions or comments? All right,
Yes.
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 All right, Ms. Hayes, this has been, we recommend approval to the Board of Commissioners, and, that will be done on September 8th.
Thank you.
Item number 5.
Okay, I apologize. Had a moment there. David and Jennifer Swalls are requesting to rezone their 13.25 acres from A1 to A2 to allow an accessory dwelling unit on their property for a caretaker. The property is located at 225 Van Manley Road in Danielsville on map 49, parcel 54 in District 4.
All right, Mr. Swallow, Ms. Swallow. Jennifer, I assume?
Yes, I'm Jennifer Swallow. My husband and I live at 225 Van Manley Road, Danielsville. And we have a friend from Indiana looking for nicer winters, and she wants to come help with my obvious disability. My husband travels for his job, and he's gone for a week or 2 weeks at a time. And our daughter lives away from here, so it would be beneficial to her. No snow or very little snow, and beneficial to us as well.
All right, is there any questions for Ms. Walls?
And you rejected the idea of a temporary, mobile home being put in there, so it has to be taken out later.
That's the plan. We weren't gonna actually transfer ownership of land to her. Just, she would own either the mobile home or the cabin or whatever she puts in there. We're exploring a couple of different options there. And that way, if we should pass away or decide to downsize and move elsewhere, she could just take her dwelling and go.
Any additional questions? Thank you, ma'am. All right, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone who speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for further discussion. Anyone want to take a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, motion by Mr. Smith.
Second.
Second. Any further questions or comments? Smith?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
All right. So this has been approved. We will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they also approve it. And that will be done September 8th. All right, moving on to item number 6.
Frederick and Carol Leonard and Paula Joyner are requesting to rezone a 6.757 acre portion of their 16.96 acres from A2 to AR to allow it to be split out for a home site, and the remaining 10.201 acres will stay in the A2 zone. Property is located at 400 Highway 174 in Danielsville on map 38, parcel 9 in District 2.
All right, either one of the applicants, please come forward.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Paula Joyner, 400 Highway 174, Danielsville.
All right, is there anything in addition to what she said that you want the board to know?
No, my pops is 73, my mom is 82. My pops is in very bad health. He walks with a walker, but he still falls. So it's just to put a house on there for myself and my fiance and to be closer to them. I just can't live with them. I just can't. My mom and I would clash. Love her, but yeah, we're 2 peas in a pot, so.
All right. All right, any questions?
That's okay. We understand.
Yeah.
Any further questions, Ms. Jones? All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, at this point, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. I'll bring it back to the board for further discussion or I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve.
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a second. Any further comments or questions? All right, Mr. Andy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Joyner, this board will recommend approval to the Board of Commissioners on September 8th. Again, you don't have to be here, but I suggest that you do.
All right, just one thing, I work 13-hour shifts, and that's the shift that I have to work. Would it be okay if my fiance came in my behalf?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, number 7.
Lance Wade, applicant for Martha Woodard, is requesting to rezone a 14-acre portion of her 58.2 acres from A1 to A2 to be split and sold with an existing home, and the remaining 44.20 acres will stay in the A1 zone to be retained. Property is located at 3956 Highway 98 East in Comer on map 68, parcel 53 in District 2.
All right, Ward, last Ward.
Wade.
My name's Lance Wade.
Wade, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I apologize.
That's all right.
I live at 4285 Peely Road, but I have rented this 3956 for 31 years. All my kids were born there, all my grandkids were born there. I can't afford to buy the whole farm, but she is willing to sell me the farmhouse and 14 acres. And my daughter currently is living in the place now. So we're just trying to keep it in my family. It's kind of sentimental place to me. So, and I just can't afford to buy the whole 58 acres.
All right, sir. Any questions? Comments from the board? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone wants to speak for this rezone request? Anyone wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board. For any further discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve as presented.
We have a motion from Stan to approve as presented.
Second.
Second by Cynthia. Questions or comments? If not, Cynthia?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, this has been approved, and I will make the recommendation on September 8th to the Board of Commissioners to approve it also.
Yes, sir.
Number 8.
Matt Hadaway is requesting to rezone his 15.94 acres from A2 to AR to allow the property to be split into 2 equal tracts containing approximately 7.97 acres each for home sites. The property is located at 8411 Wildcat Bridge Road in Danielsville on map 78, parcel 28-05 in District 4.
Hadaway?
Good evening. My name is Matt Hadaway. I live at 8411 Wildcat Bridge Road, Danielsville, Georgia. And we want to split the property into 2 equal properties. So my father-in-law, because my father-in-law is moving with us, and he can use his half as a down payment for his house.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Hadaway? Hearing none, thanks, sir.
I do.
Hold on,
I'm sorry. Tracy, can you pull up this?
Mm-hmm.
This might be more of a question for Tracy, but if you could just hang with us a minute. Parcel 1, as outlined there, that's the parcel we're talking about, right? Splitting.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 2 parcels. Okay. As far as the easement is concerned and the parcels, this would be the fourth parcel.
Yep.
For it. Okay. So the tract that comes right off of where the easement starts at Wildcat Bridge, there's a tract there, right? Right there where you're, all right, there's a tract.
5-acre tract.
Okay.
But it has the road frontage.
Okay, so that would not be counted as part of the shared
No,
driveway.
sir. Because it has road frontage.
Okay, well, that's the case, there's no question.
Okay.
All right. Any further questions? That's everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Any further questions? Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone wants to speak in opposition?
I would like to speak about this.
Please come forward, state your name.
I'm Neil McGaha.
Hey, Neil.
This has nothing to do with Mr. Hadaway. I've never met him, but I live on 155 Transco Road, and it does touch that property.
And I haven't seen the plat until tonight, but it looks like the driveway comes right along my property. And I'd just like to see the property stay in one track as far as one home site. It is landlocked, and I believe there's others landlocked also. So I don't know if it opens up to more easements, but I would like to avoid that if possible.
Any questions for Mr. McGowan? All right, sir.
Because of the terrain, I'm assuming that's why the driveway comes where it does. And that's, I don't know if there's a variance or what, but he's right on me.
And your property would be where?
Based on this, I'm assuming where driveway is.
This driveway's gonna come off the Wildcat Bridge.
Yeah, but the dotted line, is that not?
That's the driveway.
Yes.
The easement, yes.
There's an existing, I think it may have been a logging road or something there already, but it's right on me. So any traffic, that kind of thing that comes through there.
So there's an existing easement.
I'm not sure, I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's an existing easement that actually, right now, takes care of 3 different properties.
So there's already access to 3, and when he splits it, it would be the 4th, and you can have up to 4 parcels on an easement, according to our zone ordinance.
Okay.
But your issue is the proximity of the driveway to your property line. Is that your concern?
That's, yes, part of it. And now, if it was one home site, you know, but now you're bringing 2 home sites, and I'm not sure how that actually works, but, I feel like I have an opinion, so I thought I'd say it tonight. And again, Mr. Howard, I've never met him, it's nothing against him. I don't know, but just
Absolutely. That's what this is for. You
the
know,
property being divided, and, you know, I guess it'd be up to you guys, but if sometime one of those comes in and wants to divide it again, you know, I mean, we're,
It wouldn't be allowed.
okay.
'Cause it
See, I don't
would
know
have-
the rules, but
It would have maxed out the 4 parcels allotment.
I would just like to see it stay in one track,
all right.
one home site.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Hardaway, do you have any rebuttal? Any further comments?
This was zoned for 2 houses in there anyways. What we was understanding.
Have any further comments or rebuttal?
Not no.
Okay. All right. Anyone else in opposition? We'll close the public hearing, and I'll bring it back to the board for further discussion. And I'll entertain a motion to approve, deny, or approve with condition.
Just want to clarify, this is, family split?
Yes.
That's all. I didn't know.
Any further comments or questions?
Where's your land? So, where's your
Mr.
land?
Chairman, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
I'm gonna change to it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve as presented. I'll second. Second? Who did I leave off with? Ken?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. By the way, this board has recommended approval to the Board of Commissioners that will be presented on September the 8th. Also, I recommend that you be here. I recommend that Neil be here in opposition to speak, because it will be the same type format. They have the final decision. But this board will recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve. All right? Number 9.
Braxton Legg, applicant and owner for 4 Gen Farms LLC, is requesting to rezone a 17-acre portion of his 113.44 acres from A1 to A2 to be split and retained, and the remaining 96.44 acres with an existing home and 6 active poultry houses will stay in the A1 zone to be sold. The property is located at 4450 Paoli Road in Comer on map 104, parcel 25-01 in District 4.
All right, Mr. Legg?
I'm Braxton Lake, live at 4450 Paoli Road, Carlton. I'm selling my poultry farm, and I was gonna keep the 17 acres to move on since I'm selling the house also. And that's all.
That's it? Okay. Any questions for, Mr. Legg? Hearing none? Thanks, sir. All right, we'll open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition? We'll close the public hearing. I'll bring it back to the board for further discussion, and I'll entertain a motion. If you have a question?
Yeah, I guess you can. I think when we were meeting, we had said something about a survey done first.
It's already, that's what's presented as the site plan.
Okay.
And it does meet all the setback requirements.
Okay, they have the 300. All right.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
A motion to approve and a second. Any further comments or questions? All right, Lee?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, correct. We will recommend approval to the Board of Commissioners on September 8th. All right, item number 10.
Okay. Eric Hammond is requesting to rezone his 12.4 acres from A1 to AR to allow a 4-acre split with an existing home to give to sister. He will retain the remaining 8.4 acres for a home site for himself. The property is located at 2480 Farmtown Road in Bowman on map 91, parcel 39 in District 4.
All right, Hammond?
Hey, my name's Eric Hammond. I live at 2394 Farmtown Road in Bowman, Georgia. The 2480 is, I guess, at the address of the parcel. My sister already has a house on it currently, and it's a funding issue. Basically, for me to get funding to build my house on the front of the property. I know it's not usually the county, but I'm trying to get the 4 acres put in her name so that I can build my house on my property that I already own.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Hammond?
Where would the easement be routed in order to get to that 4-acre parcel?
So there's currently already a driveway right here that goes up beside the property line, and her house is about right there, approximately. I don't know exactly where it's at, but that's about where her house is, halfway down the property. So there's already currently a driveway. That's the one I would use, and she could use that as well. She currently has an easement with my mom. My mom's property is right here on this, but her house is back here, so her driveway goes all the way right past my sister's house. That's what they currently use. But when I put my driveway in there, they can use that as their easement.
So it'll be a shared driveway?
Yes, sir, it can be. It can be that, or they'll probably use my mother's, easement. But they can if that's what they want to do.
Since this is a site plan and not a survey, what's the width of the 4-acre parcel?
I'm not exactly sure what it is. I was told I had to wait to get it surveyed until after there's no point in surveying it before, because if it doesn't get approved, I just paid $2,000 or $3,000 to have it surveyed for no reason, but I'm not exactly sure on the width of the property. I know their house is 50 feet from the property line, the current property line. This property line is currently 50 feet from that, so it would be 50 feet on, it had to be 50 feet on the other side of that, so that would be approximately 100 from my mother's property.
Since that's a landlocked parcel, would that have to meet the minimum 150?
That's the weirdness of our ordinance,
That's why I'm asking.
allowing these new landlocked properties. If you have 149 feet of road frontage, that's not enough, like 30-foot easement.
Just thought I would ask.
Yeah.
But, just for clarification, there is, if it doesn't have 150 feet, there is no problem with the easement.
Correct. And when you're looking at it, assuming it's approved, when you come in to record the plat, it'll have to show the easement access. So you could show it either across the 8.4 acres, or you could plat it, but the plat would have to show where it connects back to a road on their mother's property, but it could be either easement. That's just a choice for you all to make when you, after it's approved and when you talk to the surveyor.
Yes, sir.
All right, any further questions? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, what's the public hearing? Is there anyone here who wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Anyone wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back to the board for further discussion or entertain a motion.
Chairman, I make a motion we approve as presented.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve as presented. Andy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, we will recommend approval to the Board of Commissioners on September the 8th. The same format will be in effect, and they have the final say, approve or disapprove.
Thank you, sir.
All right? That looks like it concludes all of our zoning applications for August. For this board, we'll move to number 2. Discussing amending Article 3 of the Madison County zoning ordinance to revise the definition of livestock.
You gonna bring that up?
That's not included here. I did put it in your packets, and it shows the original.
You talking about this?
I know you sent it.
Yes.
You sent it.
It just showed the original
Yeah,
version.
you're talking about this.
You just added chickens, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, where is it?
You didn't send it?
No, I didn't get that.
I think it was emailed separately.
Yeah.
But it just showed the original verbiage, which I can read that off, and what they're proposing to change.
Right, sure. Okay. So you wanna speak to that?
Sure. So the current definition reads livestock. All animals of the equine, bovine, or swine class, including but not limited to goats, sheep, mules, hogs, cattle, and other grazing animals, and all large birds, but not limited to ostriches, emus, and rheas. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but rheas, and not traditional livestock, including but not limited to bison, deer, buffalo, llamas, and alpacas. So the proposed definition will, that would be stricken entirety and will be replaced with livestock: cattle, swine, equine, poultry, sheep, goats, non-traditional livestock, and ruminants. So you're just, biggest difference is you're putting, poultry as part of the livestock definition, where it was not part of it.
So my question is, this is very broad to me. But even when you go back and read about livestock, that's taken out. So
they're proposing to strike that definition entirely and replace it with what's on your agenda sheet, you can see.
Right. So, I mean, I'm just, to me, this is more,
It was proposed by a commissioner.
right, I understand that. And we just got it last week.
So we're just discussing this time, but we'll
Oh,
vote
okay.
in September.
Okay. So to me, my question is, what is the goal? We wanted, to me, we was just trying to add, poultry. But reading this definition and reading that, like you said, the equine, those are horses.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, the remnant, that's like you said, ostriches, large birds, giraffes. I was reading giraffes. Is that something that we want to?
Well, Cindy, maybe I can clarify that a little bit. Well, I think the main purpose of it was so that our ordinance would be the same as what the state is saying. The state defines it as this, and we left out, or in our definition, we don't include fowl or birds or chickens or whatever. I think that whoever presented this wanted to make sure that the two definitions matched each other.
Right, I understand.
Okay. Now, I know you're kind of thinking the way I am. I mean, this really has nothing to do with the thing that was brought before us, that they withdrew, that they wanted to put in an auction bond.
Right.
That really has nothing to do with what we're discussing here. What we're discussing here is changing our definition to match what the state says.
Right.
Well, it does have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, it does have something to do with it, and I got something to add to it.
Okay.
So why didn't we have chickens and livestock before?
Because that's basically what's here mostly is chickens and livestock. Well, my concern is, okay, it stemmed from.
It stemmed from that.
Yeah, but my concern is, we're not the state. We're a small county. And when you make something so broad, that, is this including that these things can be auctioned? Does that include the auction? Does that definition go with the auction?
Well, yeah, that was the point, is
Yeah.
that, so right now, by right, without any action, he can have a livestock barn, but not an auction barn, not an auction house, whatever. I'm sorry, what are the definitions? Y'all help me, I forgot the exact wording. He can have a livestock sale pavilion, that's it.
Right.
Livestock sale pavilion.
Not an auction barn.
But not an auction barn.
Right.
Livestock sales pavilion doesn't allow poultry. With this amendment, then it does allow poultry. So he can sell as a livestock sale pavilion as a matter of right, poultry in addition to these other animals that are in that definition.
Right, and that's my concern. That, okay, I can see the poultry, but I'm saying the other, how come we don't just
Well,
specify?
say right now, he can sell cattle, swine, and all right now, if I understand it right.
That's right.
That's correct.
Yeah,
But he can't sell chickens.
okay, I understand
But
that. So why don't we specify that? But can we sell ostriches and the giraffe coming down 72? Is that, I mean, that's what it's saying.
The current definition has a much broader.
That's what I'm saying, so
But-
why
but-
don't we just specify what's best for
Well,
Madison?
rudiments covers a whole bunch of.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Why don't?
Ruminants are animals that chew their cud, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's giraffe. I mean, these are the things that, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got something, a problem with someone having giraffes?
Well, I don't wanna see a giraffe going down 72 being
Why not?
auctioned off. I mean, auctioned off. I mean, I could see Georgia, maybe somewhere else. I mean, to me, I'm saying, are we specifying what is best for Madison County? Madison County here.
Well, I
mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, people make money selling their cattle and, you know, their livestock.
Well, I understand that. I know cattle, livestock, we have pigs, we have all this, and then it says something. I'm just saying, is it too broad?
So I looked at the definition of ruminants, so those other animals are going to be regulated at the state level anyway. They're not farm animals. They would be exotic animals. You'd have to have a license.
You'd have to have
hold
special
them.
permits.
Exactly.
You've gotta have special permits probably for them to even sell.
I think that's even who's gonna have jurisdiction over this for inspections and those type anything. That's the reason we wanna be in line with the state. Because if that
So
state
you're
bar
saying-
is gonna be, the jurisdiction's gonna fall at the state level. We're not gonna have somebody over there that's.
Yeah, I mean, I get the distinction, you know, auction barn is, you would think of, I mean, that allows, you know, furniture, cars, whatever, you know, that's more of the typical stuff. I mean, I get why animals make more sense here.
Well, I have a different problem with it. I don't have a problem with changing to definition from what we have to what the state has. But I think that something of this should be regulated just like poultry houses. That should be a setback in addition to this. Now, you know, when you said it had something to do with the other thing that came before, that was a man that lived within 100 yards of where this thing is proposed. I wouldn't want it in my back door. So I think there has to be some additional things put in this so that people's can be protected from anything going in their back door. So I think that, I mean, I have no problem with changing the wording, but I think that there has to be something in addition put to it.
We still have the setbacks required for poultry houses, so, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying that because we have setbacks for poultry houses, we should have setbacks for these auction barns or
livestock
sale pavilions or whatever.
If there had been setbacks in it, the livestock wouldn't have been able to sell, he couldn't be able to sell, it's still a non-conforming parcel right now.
Mm-hmm. That's true. If you impose a setback now, it's gonna be grandfathered, so.
Yeah.
Well, for those people that presented that, I'm not concerned about them, you know, ain't nothing we can do about that. But we can do about others in the future that want to do the same thing.
Actually, I say that, but the vested rights depends on the actual use. So, yeah, it might not be grandfathered. I don't know, I'd have to think through that a little more.
Because we issued a conditional use. Yeah. For the property.
Mm-hmm.
We're changing the use on the non-conforming lot. Legally non-conforming lot.
Yeah, right. Legally non-conforming, as it is.
It's, no, the non-conformity is it's a dimensional non-conformity, not a use non-conformity. Correct. You have to keep those things separate.
So my concern is that going to be safeguarded by the state? Somebody can't go in there, huh?
What part is going to be safeguarded? I mean,
Somebody can't go in there and say, okay, we're gonna start auctioning on giraffes and all.
Well, I don't know what they regulate and what they don't, but I'm looking at road ruminants include pronghorns, giraffes, okapis, chevrotons, antelope.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that some of those things you can't have without a state permit. I can tell you that for sure.
The only time you see a giraffe is in zoos.
But I mean, okay, if I.
Coming back to our county on a practical matter, you know, we're not in the business of regulating that sort of stuff, certainly not if the state has an apparatus to do that. So essentially, if we get any sort of complaint, you know, from citizens about, you know, the government here and why are you letting that happen?
You would.
Send it to the
If,
appropriate agency.
if I come here and read this ordinance, then I can auction off, or I can have giraffes or whatever.
But I was just saying, that's
How
why
are you
we
gonna
want to have the term,
Because it's in there.
the definition they're using.
Because there's state laws that
Okay,
take
that's what I'm
priority
saying, so
over
the state
local
laws will safeguard it.
Yes,
Again, I don't know the state law word for word. I can tell you, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't know, you want to call Christopher? Does anybody know where he is now?
the state law, I would say the state law is more tougher than our laws. So we would be better off going with what the state,
Okay.
because they can defend, or they can defend that, what you're saying. Now, my concern is totally different.
Well, I'm gonna come alongside, and I think kind of what you're talking to, is where are we on the rewrite? Here we are yet again going through these micro changes on a aged, document.
Yeah.
I mean, we can continue to tweak and turn this, but I mean, the purpose of the rewrite was to accomplish what it is that you're talking about and filter down to a more modern land use for the county. So where are we in the rewrite that would address?
Nobody knows.
So that's what our problem is.
That's where I see on all these things that we're
Yeah.
talking about here, that all this can be addressed. But we went through this, and there's differing opinions even on this board as we sit with 2 acres and 4 acres and green and nodes and the application of the land use plan. But that's the purpose of the rewrite, was to help kind of define some of that.
And I think it should be more defined.
And we're not here tonight to take a vote on it or anything of that sort, but one of my recommendations could be that we wait on the rewrite.
That said, if the decision is made to move on it and make a change with the definition of livestock, I can understand adding poultry to the definition of livestock. Where I'm a little hung up, I guess from a legal standpoint, is the proposed definition is pretty much, I think it is the same as 4-4-1.1 of the state code, but that's in the prevention and disease control section of the code. It does add poultry to the definition of livestock. But you can go on down and you can find other sections, specifically 40-13, that is the approved auction market section, and it does not add poultry to livestock.
Interesting.
So what, from a legal standpoint, is something that you would have to defend. Which one, I mean, do we choose one or the other to match the state? If the goal is to mirror the definition of the state, which one do we use?
Good question, and that's not a question I was asked. I was told to write up a resolution using that definition, and I did so. As long as it's, again, when you're writing your zoning ordinance, that's where you're given great deference. So as long as what you're writing is reasonably calculated to promote general health and welfare and safety of the citizens, and the burden does not outweigh the benefit to the public, it'll be upheld. You know, that's the opposite of the interpretation rule of or the standard of decision when you're interpreting an ordinance. And that once you write it, now you're held to it. Now the tie goes to the landowner.
Since it was mentioned in the very beginning that we wanted to make it consistent with the state, you find different definitions depending on the section.
So if you're challenging me on that ordinance, challenging the county on that ordinance, and that might be, you're the lawyer, that might be a question you ask the county's witnesses. How did you choose that definition as to another one? What process did you go through to decide that's the one that's reasonably calculated to promote the general health, safety, and welfare, and the burden does not outweigh the benefit?
Why?
I don't know the answer, but I hope my
I
listeners
understand, I understand trying to mirror, but I'm saying that's why counties have their own ordinance. It's not to always mirror the whole state. So I'm saying, why can't we define more of what goes on in this county?
Oh, and that's part of that same discussion. You can choose this state definition or this other state definition, or one that's not either one of them. That's within, as well, again, as long as it meets those general standards, it's defensible.
Well. Well, I guess change directions here again. I'd like to know the feeling of the board of my concern. If we approve, or if we recommend to the Board of Commissioners that we go along with changing to the state definition, should we add to that some additional things, such as setbacks and things of that kind?
I think setbacks is a separate issue from the definition. If we want to deal with setbacks, if we want to look at setbacks for certain things, then let's look at setbacks, but I don't think that needs to cross. I mean, to me, the definition is what we're dealing with.
I know if we deal with setback, we need to check into, what is it, beer processing plant, meat processing plants, and all that should be on the same setbacks as, if we look into it on that same note, go with an ordinance like that, so that's where we need to come up with setbacks.
I believe
And
those
that
are
should come
100
in with
feet.
the
It's what?
I believe it's 100 feet, setback on the, like,
Well, I mean,
process.
I guess what I'm saying is if we change the definition and we just leave it at that, then, I mean, people can do whatever they want. I mean, you know, they can put them wherever they desire to put them.
But this is, an accepted use under the A1.
A1.
So, I mean, that means that it's greater than 25 acres.
But this,
I mean, we can't look back, we're looking forward if we were to take and make a change like you're talking about. So, with a 25 acre parcel, yeah, I mean, they can do whatever they want to, but I mean, it's an accepted use. I mean, there would be ample room there for it. This particular one on this parcel is because it's non-conforming that we applied a conditional use to, and this is an accepted use underneath a conditional use on a non-conforming property.
I agree with you. But even if you had 25 acres,
Mm-hmm.
and I had 25 acres, but I wanted to put it right on near his property, within 100 yards of his property. You know, it doesn't matter if I got 25 acres or not.
Still have to meet setbacks.
Still have to meet setbacks. So I'm saying that this may not be part of what we're trying to decide here, but at some point, since we're a recommending board, that we need to look at setback for these particular types of businesses or types of things.
And I wanna know, does the state,
So I found it. I found the DNR regulation. It's 11 pages long of wild animals that require permits. It does it by the Linnaean Latin taxonomy, family order, family, genus, species. So it means nothing to me, but I'll be glad to send it to you.
does it answer my question?
If you know Linnaean taxonomy, you would.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, that's why I'm saying we should be more specific of what's best for Madison County than going by the state. Because the state might not regulate it, and then when these folks come and say their neighbors got giraffes out there and buffalo and stuff like that.
Okay, so for mammals, it includes the order Artiodactyla, The family booba day, that's cows, I know that one.
See, now, this was too broad. Even when they were listing the animals, did we want that? Why don't we specify, we do cows, chickens, pigs, hogs, whatever.
Okay, so if this resolution doesn't pass, it stays old definition, correct?
And one thing
And then,
we don't want
in which
to-
case, we'll have to say livestock and poultry,
Yeah, that's what it.
as opposed to saying just livestock.
Yeah.
Bruce, I don't know if that's correct or not. They can change, not do the state definition, but they can change what is there now.
Okay, I thought the only reason we were changing was to match up with the state.
Yeah.
That was their recommendation.
And what
That was why they brought it up.
And what was a non-traditional animal?
Mm-hmm.
What's a non-traditional animal?
I haven't heard that term.
That's,
There's wild and exotics regulated by.
no, in that ordinance, they had non-traditional, what was it?
Talking about,
Non-traditional livestock?
Yeah, livestock, so what is it?
Capybara.
Capybara.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Capybaras are like these giant.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, I mean, I know what a capybara is,
So
but I don't
that-
know where you got this term about.
Oh, and it's on
It's in our
the
ordinance.
current definition of
Oh, it's in the
vegetarian.
current definition.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be in the new one,
That's what
livestock,
I'm
cows,
saying, they have a
livestock,
lot of
poultry,
broad,
the non-traditional livestock,
they have a lot of broad,
and ruminants.
Oh, I see, there it is, non.
so what is the non-traditional?
Oh, we'd have to look in the state law to see. what
Yeah,
it is.
I saw it.
And rabbits
Did you
are
see
an
that in
exotic
state law?
animal,
Yeah,
they,
Okay.
that's an exotic animal, a rabbit. So, I mean, to me, we need to be more.
Mr. President, we need to vote on this on
the next,
the
agenda,
ninth, September the ninth,
September the second.
September the second, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
September the second. So we have time to research it, more discussion, I guess, before we vote. So,
So we need to know what the rewrite is.
Well, we can get finalized, rewrite, vote on it the second, then call you. They'll have time to write it out by the, eighth, I think they'll do it the eighth one tonight. Vote, the board, vote the eighth on it.
Mm-hmm, the board of commissioners will.
On what, 8th of
September,
September? Okay,
because we meet again before they.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay.
So that's not gonna help.
Wait a minute, if they're gonna vote on September the 8th, when is the P and Z hearing gonna be?
Second.
Second, okay, gotcha, that's your next meeting,
Oh.
okay.
That was what was advertised and what was specified to me from the board of commissioners, was that order. They wanted it as soon as possible.
I guess that brings up another question, what's the rush? Been like that forever, what's the rush?
That's why I said it came following,
All right, any further discussion on this?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
That quick. See you guys on the second.